everyone. Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Nile Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters to the weird noises and the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, few good laughs. And I'm Nile Motormouth Jenkins. We're here on a Tuesday morning with Motormouth Morning Drive, shifting it into drive and getting stuff done. So thank you for joining us this morning. If this is your very first time on the Motormouth Morning Drive, well, welcome aboard. We have some housekeeping rules to cover so that we can make you feel comfortable with our podcast community. First of all, you can find our podcasts on any platform out there: Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Podbean, anywhere. Find the search bar, type in Car Connection Workshop, and you will find us. Every one of our podcasts uploads every single day into our YouTube channel. That's right. So after the program today, 8 a.m. till 8:30-ish, you'll find this episode 222 in our YouTube channel. So where does that take you from here? That takes you into our Car Connection Business Network.com website, which is where you'll find everything on our homepage if you'd like to follow the build and repair work that we do and connect with our program partners. Just click on their logo, their profile page will open. All the pages are set up exactly the same. So thank you for giving our program partners your business, because we simply would not be here without them, and they've enabled us to podcast and also do our YouTube channel as well. So lots of things growing on, and appreciate you working alongside of us. If you have not yet subscribed, we have a push on to ask you to help us get to our first 1,000 subscribers. We're over the halfway mark, and we need a push. So grab a can of fuel, get the booster cables, and give our V8 engine a supercharge so that it's running on all 8 cylinders and push us over into 1,000 subscribers. So if you're enjoying the videos, which I know you are, and you're not subscribed, why not? Can you take a look sometime today or the next day or two and verify that you are subscribed? And if you're enjoying the videos and you're not subscribed, would you be kind enough to do that? That's what pushes our videos out to larger audiences, so that we can do what we've wanted to do from the very beginning, is reach as many people as we possibly can and teach them the basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership. So if you're interested in keeping that engine transmission running long term, because mileage doesn't matter, for friends, it's maintenance, and maintenance on everything around us. If you don't want to keep it, don't maintain it. And that's pretty much it. That is the short story after almost 45 years in the service bays. And you had to see me yesterday crawling around on the floor fixing some exhaust on the rocket. It's not quite done, but we're on it. We got it figured out. And you'll have to watch that video. Mondays are production days, so we put together 3 or 4 new videos to put into our library, and each and every week we upload 2 on Tuesday, 1 on Friday, so you get a fresh video each and every week. We're keeping them around 15 minutes for you so that you can sit and have a cup of joe or your favorite beverage and watch a video and click into the next one if you have some time to spend with us. So thank you for that. So all our podcasts go into our YouTube channel. They're all there, all 200. They'll be all 222 by 8 o'clock this morning. And we have well over 500 items for you to enjoy, from how to check your fluids, where they are, identifying them under the hood, how to check your brakes, all those things. And that's our topic today. Is part 2 is the brake tutorial. Is I'm breaking it down for you in dollars and cents, so that hopefully by the end of today's program you have a better understanding how important it is to pay more and closer attention to your vehicle's braking system, because we're seeing that it seems to be the area of weakness. And I can't for the life of me understand that, because did you know that buses, we looked after some school buses that were actually turned into kids organization in the community. They bus the kids in to like programs like City Kids, Rose City Kids in Welland, which is huge. So, and we had People's Church in the west end of Hamilton. So we had almost 30 retired school buses to look after that are busing people into different organizations. And the buses have to have a 6-month brake inspection sticker. Otherwise, it doesn't go back out on the road. And I think we should have that for cars. I mean, people are probably going to throw rotten eggs at me or whatever. Hard-boiled eggs, nice. Yeah, you can throw those at me. Yeah, don't cook them too hard where they're like rubber. So I'm thinking, imagine, and that's what springs the topic is. We're seeing it over and over again already this year, and it's only a month of July. Brake system failures all over. Like, how you even get the vehicle stopped is beyond me. I have no idea. You must get so used to the thing not really responding the way it should, because after I do the brakes, it's like, take it easy on the brake pedal, because it will stop and give you on a dime and give you change. And that's how it should be all the time. So we're going to talk about that this morning. We have another Motormouth Summer Tech Tip for you. Top right-hand corner of our home page. Took a little rabbit hole there. We have all our platforms. It's just point, click, and the link will open for you. Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web is a website designed and built by our very own Skippy, our videographer, to bring community and businesses together in the Stevensville area. My parents live over there. My mom passed in 2022. Pops is still there at 89 years old and driving. And he does take care of his... Now, I never would have thought my Pops would go from a domestic vehicle into a Lexus SUV. But he's loving it and taking really, really good care of it. That's for sure. He is all over it. So you can own and operate any automobile you want if maintenance is in the conversation. So, and that's what I talk about on Stevensville on the web. We're placed there as automotive experts. So click on the businesses tab. You'll find us. Our iHeartRadio icon is up there. That is our home base for our podcasts. And then they get sent out across all the platforms from iHeartRadio. So thank you to iHeart for doing that for us. And that is where our Freedom Expressions merch store is. Our Motormouth merch is available for you there. Find what you like, your size, your color, order it, pay safely online, and they make it fresh and ship it directly to your door. All proceeds get turned back to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses Canada and USA, where a life is changed every single day. So stand with Skippy and I as we say, you know what? Yeah, we could use the coin, but we'd rather turn it back and help that next person get the help that they need to get past, over, under, round, and through that addiction. So thank you for that. Let's jump in to our morning program. We have our morning swiggies. So newbies, whatever flavor it is you have in the morning, it's okay. If yours isn't coffee, you know what? That's all right with me. I think it's weird, but it's okay. Weird can be okay. If you're in the queue for the drive-thru, you know the deal. It's still early in the week. Weekend just barely passed. Really take a close eye. It's Tuesday. I can tell you this. Tuesdays seem to be the day when I was out on the road every day meeting company owners. Check your order. I'm just saying. Be nice, smile, and say thank you, but check your order just to make sure. We'll have a swiggy in just a moment. And you need a 16-pack of Crayola crayons. Yes, those are the best. They taste not too bad. Not quite sure why I said that, the quiet thing out loud. But also a leaf bag. that is your Car Connection laptop. So if you have a co-pilot, you go, here's crayons, pick your color, take some notes. If you can't, it's no problem. You can listen and re-listen through our iHeartRadio or all the platforms out there, or you can just go subscribe to our YouTube channel, climb in there, find what you're looking for out of 222 podcasts. We're in season 3, and today is 222. Yeah, I think there was a program like that, wasn't there? Let me know in the comment box. Something about 222 is triggering something this morning. It'll come up with it later. My hard drive's a little slow. Got to have the caffeine. So that's pretty much the skinny. Buy some merch, subscribe, like, share. Hey, share us with your car enthusiasts, fellow car enthusiasts, and get them on board, and so that their buddies can get in there as well. We've been doing some pretty interesting repairs and upgrades on vehicles coming in. I got one this afternoon. Woo! I'm going to have, I might even have to have a 15-minute nap on this one. It's going to work me out big time. So anyways, the whole idea of our YouTube channel is to get to a point where we can provide the labor to a family that's in need, that needs to keep their vehicle going, and she's a jalopy or a collector piece, and we got to get in there and make that thing go a little further. Parts get paid for. We're hoping that we can get some parts companies that'll throw parts at us when we need what we need, and we'll put the labor in and get these vehicles down the road and help people. And that's something that I just recently did, and we're not really in the position to do that, but when you're called to do something, you need to just do it. You know what I'm saying? If it's tugging on your heart, that means you got to do it. Not somebody else, not pass it off. It means you got to go do it. And for some reason in the neighborhood here of the Car Connection studio, there's a lot of single moms, older single moms, and maybe some younger ones. I haven't met them yet, but I do talk to everybody, and they think I'm weird, and that's good. It's a good weird. And I met another lady from around the corner. Her vehicle needs brakes, and she said I could keep it for a whole month, and I'm thinking, wow, get the brakes done and you got to ride for the whole month. Not a bad shake. Yep, she's on her own and takes care of her own stuff, works from home. This is happening around us all the time. And then somebody will say, give these people a call. They're destitute. They need some help. And then we jump in. But we'd be able to do a whole lot more with a whole lot more subscribers. That's what I'm saying. So thank you to all of yous have subscribed. But if you're watching the videos and you're not, can you feel this? That stink eye. We best be getting that done. Okay? Thank you so much. Let's jump into our morning and daily swig. Thank you to Mama Louise and her lovely husband, Earl. He is an ultimate. I think that's the title I'm going to give him. He is the ultimate car enthusiast. He has the resources. They've created the resources over 25 years being in the vehicle pre-owned business. And he finds vehicles that, I can't even, when I look at him, I go, you got to be kidding me. That thing has 80,000 kilometers on it. These things are like brand new. So you can buy low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices at City Auto Sales and Leasing in Toronto. I think it's Rexdale. But you can look them up on our website. They're right there. Just click on their logo and it'll highlight, and you can see their profile page and click through to their store and have a look at it. They have a fair amount of vehicles under roof and on the lot. But if they don't have what you're looking for, Earl's your guy. They have the resources to find it. If they're all pieces of junk out there, he's not going to push, pull, and drag it home. He's going to say, let's just wait it out. Your vehicle's coming. And that's what a good friend of mine said to me many years ago, Mike Basil. He said, hang on, Motormouth. I think I got just the vehicle coming for you. So take it easy. Don't pull the trigger just yet. We got something coming. And it happened. And he would say, Motormouth, listen to me. When all the planets align and the barometric pressure is perfect and the sun is just right in the sky, that vehicle is for you. If it's meant for you, everything's going to line up so that it can go straight to you. So low mileage, quality vehicles, GTA's premier pre-owned auto store. Check in with Mama Louise and her wonderful car-loving husband that makes sure that we get really good stuff to drive. So on 3, 2, 1, you ready? 3, 2, 1. It's Swiggy time. Yes, it is. I made a special one this morning, but I don't know it. I don't think it's specialing. Not at all. Did I stir that? That could be the problem. It should taste a little better than that. Let's jump right into our morning weather. Things are going to change, apparently. The digits are changing. We're dropping down, so you're going to feel like you need to wear snow pants. I like to wear shorts all summer. It's funny. At the beginning of summer, I feel icky wearing shorts. And then after a short period of time, it's like I feel, no, I don't want anything on my legs. It gets weird. I can't stand not having shorts on then. So then come fall time, it takes me a while to transition into pants. So anyways, I thought I'd share that. Am I the only one that's weird like that? Okay, today, 70 degrees now and cloudy. Wind is making it feel cooler, about 67 degrees. Windy conditions from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. with thunderstorms. Here we go. Thunderstorms expected at 1 p.m. here in the Niagara region, south shores of Lake Erie. Today's temperature range will be 67. I'm liking this because I've been cooking in the shop. 67 to 78 degrees. Feels more like 64 to 73. That's kind of where this guy likes to hover. I like to be in the mid-70s, and all fountains have chocolate and nice, beautiful, tasty strawberries, and you can eat a double cheeseburger and a Diet Coke, and you never gain any weight. That's my ultimate island. Yeah, let me know what you think. Warm chocolate fountains with buckets of fruit to dip in there. All right, temperature, I don't know why I said that for somebody this morning. 78 degrees is going to be our top score today, and yesterday we hit a balmy 77. So no smoke alert today. And please continue to keep those on the boots on the ground in the forest where the fires are, and the pilots of the aircraft. Actually, we had a water bomber. I think he made a left-hand turn to Albuquerque. I don't know what he's doing way down here, but he was really low on the lake on Sunday morning. And I heard it coming because they have a distinct sound. And being a mechanic, I listen for stuff all the time, and I heard it coming, and I couldn't see it. And then there it was. It was probably 300, maybe 400 feet off the ground. Those things are huge. They're behemoths. So keep it in your thoughts and prayers, all those that are boots on the ground trying to deal with these forest fires the best they can with what they have. And hopefully this is a lesson learned for our government, is that, you know what? You need to, as a service tech, I would say to him, you know what? Imagine you bringing me your car, but I don't have a toolbox. I don't have any tools, but I'm going to fix it. How well is that going to turn out? Really? You know, as Judge Judy would say, beauty fades, but dumb is forever. You know, you cannot have services and you don't have equipment. Come on. I mean, really, folks, think about that. Really? And you got to do maintenance. The forests need clearing. They need maintenance. And if you're not doing it, guess what happens? All that dry fodder. Here we go. It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who follows the blundering. I mean, come on. The guys have to have the tools to get the job done and prevent it from happening in the first place. And when you stand there going, how did this happen? Take a good look in the mirror. Yeah, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and figure it out. That's what my boss would say, and figure it out. Yeah, don't get me going on that. It's like, you know what, tools and equipment. You got to have another example. You know, back in the day, This is just a bit of rabbit hole. I'll catch up in a minute. Back in the day, all the NHL hockey players, they were responsible for keeping all the uniforms clean, packing their bag, getting on a bus, on a train, in a box with a fox to get to the arena. Or if they didn't play, they didn't get paid. Now imagine that today. So imagine they go through all that responsibility of getting to the arena and they don't have skates. They don't have a stick. Oh, can I borrow a jersey? I left mine at home. You got to have the tools to do the job. So that's how hockey was. I had a chance to sit with an old NHLer, and he said, we had to find our way to the next game. Nobody washed our uniforms, held our hands, or said boo. We had to make sure all our gear was ready, our own skates were sharpened and ready to work, and that we had enough sticks if we could afford it. Because sticks were expensive, he said. And then we had to get our own. How are we getting there? Bus, train, taking a flight, whatever. He said, whatever you had money in your pocket to get you to the next gig. Imagine that today. And those fellas didn't make the money they made today. And those guys played stinking hockey, let me tell you. I believe that. All right, let's jump into... I don't know why I was talking about that, but, it's not quite Fun Friday, but we're almost there. If you or someone you know needs clarity with regards to financing, and I know I harp on this a bit, but you know what? I don't want to see you quit on yourself, because when you do that, people will take advantage of you, and that happened to me in the past, not twice, but thrice, 3 times, and it's been a hard thing to come back from. So you want to make sure, if you're drowning in debt and finances in the home are not going well, let's get you with Tony Melly or Larry Tetro. They're not going to sell you anything. Put your money away and book that hour in a coffee meeting to get clarity to your questions. So don't give up on yourself, okay? Don't do it. Get that hour in a coffee discovery meeting and sit down and get your questions answered by those who have the credentials and letters before their names. CFP. They're not advisors. Advisors are financiers in training. If they want to be a CFP, they're going to have to be really, really good, because the exam is not a cakewalk. I can tell you that, because these guys have been my brothers from other mothers for well over 20 years. So certified financial planner, or don't sit with them. That's what I'm telling you. That's the best advice I can give you. If you have investments in the bank, get them out of there. Let Tony or Larry review them, and then you'll be surprised at just how much money you really can make with your money. So while you're sleeping and you wake up the next day, your bank account has more money in it. That's how it should work, but that ain't never going to happen for you at the bank, and I can say that. So portfolios, debt, estate planning, you need to have that, friends. If you're 20 years old and you have a kid or 2 kids or living on your own, you need estate planning. If you have a checkbook and bank account, mortgages get arranged for you with wonderful people to work with, fantastic competitive rates, and they treat you like a human being, not a number. And there's a lot more. All the life insurance and critical illness insurance is something you should definitely take a look into having it, because insurance seems like an expense till we all need it. It's a wise investment. And thank you to Kathy, David, and Dan Grimo, the next gen at Niagara Block 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931 and helping people with building products and blocks and interlocking bricks, hardscape landscaping materials to create that beautiful backyard space that you've always wanted. So they have a list of, Kathy does, so check in with Kathy Greenwald. She has a list of contractors you can trust to estimate, design, start, and finish the job so that you can enjoy it. Let's jump into our topic this morning. It is part number 2, episode 222. I have 5 things. Yes, I do. I have 5 things for you this morning, and we're going to go through them fairly quickly, so get that crayon warmed up. You ready? Okay, let's go. Number 1, we were talking about brakes yesterday, and just a very quick recap for those who may have missed it. We talked about do once, do nothing till next time. Number 2, pads, no cheapies, no pad slaps. Number 3, quality rotors, no cheap offshore junk, because you'll regret it. And number 4, although there are some offshore suppliers that are really good, but you really got to know your parts before you can dive there. Number 4, replacing calipers. Why? And number 5, clean and lube all the hardware. And first and foremost, you got to be able to get the wheels off to get in there and do it. So if you haven't had the wheels off on your vehicle, this is something that I'm really starting to pay attention to because it's getting annoying, is the amount of time to get the wheels off to get the job done. And as I mentioned yesterday, 3.5 hours wrestling 2 wheels off the front of a Jeep Grand Chicopee, and now I can get started. And then everything else is seized. So it makes the job long, hard, and expensive for you because that's all additional labor. That's not included in the brake job. No. That's not all capped under one number. No. R&I brake pads, rotors, and calipers is a separate service repair time, folks. SRTs, service repair times, dealing with seized bolts, broken bolts, and can't get the wheels off thing is additional time. And it's straight time. There's no SRT on that. Wheels stuck. How much time does that pay? Well, you'll be able to measure that by the time you mark down what time you started and what time you got the wheels off, then you'll know. And then you pay for it. So just saying, when the wheels aren't coming off and there things and the guys aren't in the shop where you aren't lubricating stuff, you got to get out of there because they're not helping you. They're costing you a stinking fortune in labor. That's what I'm saying. A stinking fortune in additional labor. They're not doing their job. And I'll tell you, 3 out of 3 brake services so far, and I have one coming in today. I got to finish the opposite side because we use this vehicle to record some videos, and we did everything on the passenger side. Now I got to mock that up on the driver's side. Again, everything's seized. There's no maintenance being done. It's crazy. So anyways, let's jump into it quickly. 5 things. Number 1, the cost of no servicing. That's where I was going. That was my segue into number 1. The cost to you of no servicing. So if you were to do your brake job today, you go, yeah, thank you, great job, really appreciate you guys, and it's 3 years down the road before you come back in to have your brakes looked at. That's going to cost you. Huge. So I think I'm not sure whether I shared the pricing with you yesterday. Yeah, maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so this, in total, this brake job that I did, let me get to my calculator because my brain is not caffeinated yet. So it took me almost 8 3/4, so 8.75 hours to get to a 2.5, 3 hour brake job. It should have been bing, bang, boom, out the door, all done, tight and right, see you later, bye. 8 3/4 hours. And I'm going to say what I found, the average door rate is now 135 times 135. You ready for it? That would have cost you $1,181.25 before tax, labor, and environmental poopy that gets added all on there. Now, here's what it should have cost. Should have been about 3.5 hours times 135. You ready? $472.50, taxes, environmental fees, and all that poopy that goes on there to make the bottom right-hand corner of your invoice. Half the price. You see where I'm going with this? So that's why I'm saying, if you want my help, I can help you. Sometimes I can be a little bit strong, but you know what? That's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to learn this. I had really good instructors, and they drilled us on this stuff. And they would inspect every piece of work that we did to make sure that we're doing it right. And if we had done something wrong, they'd go, I want you to look at this, and I'll be back in 10 minutes, and you tell me what you've done wrong. They didn't tell us. We had to tell them. So we had to use our brain to search everything we've done to figure out what is done incorrectly. So the cost of no servicing, I just showed you that. The cost of battling the wheels to come off because nobody's put any lube on there, or they probably didn't even torque the wheels, let alone, and they just hammer the wheel nuts on there because they want to get to the next job. So that's why it's so important to be in a shop where they actually give a care. Because some guys, it's just bing, bang, boom, get it out, get to the next one, get paid. And if they're on flat rate, don't even go to a shop that's flat rate. I'm telling you, that'll be the worst maintained vehicle on the face of the planet will be yours. Yeah, and if they take that as disrespect, they should, because that whole system needs to be revamped. It's needed to be revamped since I wrote my license in 1988. I never worked in a flat rate shop because they get paid commish. The guys they develop a really bad attitude because they're not getting paid what they should, and that's the boss's problem. But you, the customer, you're the end problem. It all comes on to you. So stay away from any shop that is on flat rate because it's not going to work out for you and your wallet. And I don't care how much hate mail I'll get because I'll take your lunch money and your milk money talking about it because it's disgusting what's going on. There's two problems there. They're not being paid what they're worth, and so they just, the work gets sloppy because they got to do it fast and ugly to get it out to actually make a buck. So that you're right in the middle of that. So just stay away from it. Number 2, wheels off. When was the last time, and this is a question for you, put it in the comments on YouTube or comments on the podcast or email. And don't forget to email your questions by noon on Friday. If you got a car question, get it in there. All the information to connect with me is on the homepage of the website and in the descriptions on YouTube and on the podcast thingies. Oh, my muffins are done? I believe so. Yeah, they're in the oven. Going to be a few minutes here, muffins. Just hang in there. All right, calipers off, wheels off. When was the last time the wheels were off? That's your question. I would like to know. Okay? Wheels off. And if they haven't been off in quite a while, your tech could also have a problem taking them off if he's not the one who did it before and isn't thorough with the services. Number 3, here's what we do. Wheels off. All 4 wheels, we take off the brake calipers so we can do number 4, a full inspection. No peekaboos. No, I think it looks okay. Because my boss would say, did you pull the calipers off? Did you have a look at the inside pads? Did you have a look at the pins, make sure that nothing's seized or stuck? Well, no. Then how do you know? That's what he'd look at you and go, so how can you say everything looks good and it's working good when you haven't taken anything apart to evaluate it? Ding, ding, ding. You got to take it apart to do a proper evaluation. No looking through the rims, and the guys are doing this because they're in a hurry. Oh, yeah, did you look at my brakes? Yeah, I looked through. Yep, they look good. Yep, they're still there. There's no evaluation on that. It's wheels off, calipers off, all the way around, full inspection of all components. I'm taking it apart for you. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking it apart. And on this 2015 Chicopee, when I got to the back, because I got smarter on the fronts, I sprayed PB Blaster on all the wheel nuts. I had it well ahead of time. That took me Saturday morning after doing the podcast, just a little over 2 hours, both sides. Pulled them all up, pulled the wheels off, pulled all the calipers off, pulled all the brake pads out, checked everything, cleaned, re-lubricated, put it all back together, 2 and a bit. That's it. That's money in your pocket, folks. Money in your pocket. So number 4 is full inspection. Number 5, clean and lubricate, reinstallation. Rear service, as I just mentioned, about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, maybe even less. It could even be less. And I would allow my customers at my own shop, if I did it in less time, I charge you the less time. Because the greatest thing is that you brought it in for me to have a look and service it and get you back out there on the road and make sure that everything is lubed, tight, and right. So the cost of servicing your brakes outweighs the parts and labor when you have to have a complete brake system overhaul. That's a point to ponder, folks. I just gave you a very good, tight and right example. To be under $500 before tax and environmental poop fees, and or you can let me have it the hard way, where I have to wrestle the wheels off for a few hours, then get in the brakes, and everything that holds the brakes together is all rusted and crusted and hard to get off. And I got to work at that with heat and lubrication to get the bolts out, because snapping it off is not an option. When we have a whole pile of work sitting and waiting outside, somebody's going to get pushed to the back of the line, and we don't have time for that. So it makes a mess of the schedule, and somebody's going to suffer because of that. And then it's usually 2 or 3 appointments that you're way behind on, and how do you make that up and keep it on time? You can't. So it turns into a big circle of nonsense. So I hope you get something out of this, because it's a continuous problem. And I can tell you this afternoon or this morning, when I get to it and do the opposite side on this Mercedes ML350 diesel, everything's just going to be exactly the same mirror image as the passenger side. Everything was hard work to get it apart, because it hasn't seen any servicing for quite a while. And I got to do another hub and bearing, happy bearing. Yeehaw. Anyways, if everybody could do it, then everybody be doing it. That's what my boss used to say. Stop whining, because if everybody could do it, they'd be doing it, and we'd be looking for something else to do. Our Motormouth Summer Tech Tip is number 18, rubber check. Hoses, not just tires. Let's talk about it. Number 18, we always talk tires, but let's not forget the hoses. Engine heat and old age can make them brittle or leaky. Squeeze gently. If they feel crunchy or super soft, that's your cue. A blown hose can ruin a road trip faster than a flat tire. It absolutely can. So that's all I got for you for today. Till tomorrow, happy, healthy motoring, my friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace, patience, and kindness. Always have yourself a fantastic Tuesday, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning to come alongside and join me for a morning Motormouth drive. We'll see you then. Bye for now.